Okay, so I am back. It has been about 36 hours roughly, and this has been marinating. I'm going to take one of these steaks out, and I'm going to cut it up, dice it up, and we're going to do some cooking with it. Okay, so I just got one of the steaks all cut out. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a look at my fridge. I'm going to see what I got for some vegetables that we can do up like a little stir fry with this stuff. And let me see what I got in my fridge, and be right back. Okay, so just went through the fridge, checked out what I had kicking in there. I got some red onions, got some mushrooms, got some broccoli, a little bit of a leftover red pepper. I had some yellow squash. I had some zucchini, carrots. I had a carrot in there. I had a couple pieces of celery left over from another recipe. And I got my pork all marinated up. This is going to be delicious. So the next thing I'm going to do, I just put my wok on. I'm going to put some oil in there, and I'm going to set the temperature so I get my temperature up to medium to high. And first thing I'm going to want to do, I'm going to cook the pork first. The next thing I'm going to want to throw in the carrots. Reason being, the carrots are a harder vegetable, which means they're going to take a little longer to cook. And so let's get started, and you guys can watch how I get this done. Okay, so once I got it good and hot, I put a little bit of olive oil in there. That way I can get the olive oil heating up. I'm going to throw the pork in first. I'm also going to be using some soy sauce, some teriyaki sauce, and some eel sauce. And I also have my vegetables and everything. So let's get started. First thing, I've already got this on pretty high. Got my oil in there. I'm going to throw the pork in there right off the bat. Now you're going to want to, if you have it set on high, you're going to want to end up keeping on stirring this in and get this good and cooked. So I'm going to get it stirred, and you guys can be right back. Already, this is smelling amazing. Wow. So we're going to get this good and cooked up and see how it comes out for you guys. Okay, so the pork is starting to cook up really nicely. So I threw my carrots in there. Reason being, like I said, the carrots are a hard vegetable. Now, I also did say eel sauce earlier when I grabbed this. It's actually oyster sauce. I grabbed the wrong one, but I noticed it right off. And so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to throw some oyster sauce in here. You don't need a whole lot. You can buy this at any grocery store. Just, enough. It's that way it coats. It's going to coat the vegetables up. You're also going to need to add some teriyaki sauce and some soy sauce in here. Okay, so I'm adding about a cup of water in here, and because a lot of the vegetables, that's going to absorb right into the vegetables, that's going to create like a good juiciness in there. Going to end up keeping on stirring it, and be right back. Okay, so it's been on here about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to actually raise my heat all the way up to max, and I'm going to let it boil for probably 2 minutes. That's going to take some of the water out in the form of steam, and it's going to soften up the carrots heavy, and it's also going to soften up the meat a little bit more. So I just got it up to a boil. Now I'm going to leave it on probably about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, let it boil. So if you marinated your meat the way we said in the beginning, you are going to have an outrageous smell right now. It smells delicious. I really just want to take the meat out and start eating it without even doing the vegetables. But I need to make sure I get my vegetables in. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add the vegetables all in right now. Now in the recipe below, when I write in the vegetables, I'm just going to write miscellaneous vegetables because you can use what you happen to have. That's how I'm doing this recipe tonight. I'm cleaning out my fridge. I had some leftover celery, leftover broccoli, a half a red pepper, some carrots, different stuff from different meals that I was going to make and didn't get around to it. And now I'm going to keep stirring this up, and these vegetables are going to start cooking a little bit and softening up. You want to make sure you keep stirring it as much as possible. Now this is really starting to come together. It is still on high. I'm going to put a pizza pan or something over. If you have something over it that you can just cover it up, keep the steam. It's going to speed up the cooking of the vegetables a little bit and just kind of keep that heat locked in. Now, I don't have anything to cover it all the way. It's not going to hurt if there's a little bit of opening on the sides. I make this all the time, so I'm just trying to kind of speed up the cook time a little bit. So that's why I'm kind of covering it in. It's still on high. You want to make sure there's still liquid in the bottom, though. You don't want it to start burning on the bottom. As long as you got liquid on the bottom, it's not going to stick or burn. So just check that, make sure. And you can do that real simple by, all you got to do is just move some vegetables around. Just look in here for a minute. As you can see, you can still see liquid at the bottom. This is really starting to look delicious. So now I'm going to leave it like this probably for about 4 minutes. And then open it back up, stir it up some more. Periodically, if you want, you can open it and stir it. It's not going to hurt nothing. It just might take a little longer to cook. So there you have it after about 5 minutes, guys. I'm going to give it one more good stir. And then I'm going to pull all of it out and put it in a serving dish. Now you should still have some leftover juice. If you wanted, you could add a little bit more water and a little bit more of all three of the sauces that I put in. And you could actually do up some pancetta noodles, or you could try to make up some rice in this. We're doing carb free, so I don't want any pasta or any rice. You can see right here, that looks delicious. That looks good. It tastes amazing. It's hard to get the good lighting in here. I actually opened up my window so some of the light would actually come in. You guys could just see that. It's delicious. It looks 10 times better. It tastes 10 times better. This is so good. You guys got to try this out. If you like this recipe, please make sure you hit the like, the subscribe. I'll put the full recipe that we did here in the description below. Except for the vegetables, I will put, you know, your own vegetables. You can put your own vegetables, whatever you have on hand. Just use what you got. Cooking doesn't have to be complicated. This meal was something we just slapped together this evening, so really simple to do. So I thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you hit that like, subscribe. Most importantly, leave me a comment. I love reading what you guys think about the recipes. And thank you all for watching. Hope to see you guys again on Tsquare Talk. Take care, guys.